Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing my top 10 favorite kind of fall palettes. These are not necessarily winter, they're more just fall, like transitioning from summer to fall, and fall is my all-time favorite just season in general, so I'm excited about this. Now before I start, let me just tell you about myself. I do not love a lot on my eyes. I don't love a lot of color. I do like texture, but when it comes to fall, I definitely think more browns, warmer tones, not necessarily cool tones. When I think of winter, like Christmas, I actually think a lot about cool tones. But when it comes to fall, I really tend to go more for those warmer tones, still boring and natural. I thought I would still share them with you. You guys asked for this video, so here it is. So I'm gonna start with the little ones and move on to bigger ones. And I don't love big palettes. I really gravitate towards like smaller 4, 5 pan, even 6, but when it comes to the big ones, I just don't reach for them. So I'm going to start with one of my favorite palettes in my collection, Victoria Beckham. This is the Tweed palette, and to me this is absolutely perfect for fall. You do have this warmer color right there, the most perfect like crease color, brown, and then just these two colors to just deepen up the look. I think it is perfect. I mean, that to me screams fall on the eyes. Absolutely gorgeous. Its swatch is kind of crappy, but the quality really is so wonderful. Very expensive though, very expensive, but well worth the price. I think I swatched one twice. Yes, I did. I think what I love so much about this palette is how easy it is to use. You really can't mess up a look because it's just easy. The undertones are perfect for me. I really like that I can get a deeper look or a warmer look or just a neutral look with this brown color just all over the skin. I like the packaging. It's sleek, it's small, and I really reach for it a lot. Even when I'm in a hurry and I don't know what to do, I will reach for this palette. Next one is a palette that I'm wearing right now, and it is a Tom Ford palette. This is the Smoky Quartz. This is his new like cream formula. It's eye color quad cream. This is not actually cream, but it feels kind of super soft and like a cream, and it has this beautiful shift to it. Now this looks absolutely boring. This when Tom Ford came out with this collection, this was the one that I kind of skipped, bought the other 3, and then I was so obsessed with the mattes in the other ones that I went back and bought this one, and this is my most used palette. These two are my most used palettes in my collection right now, just because it's just so easy. The colors are more muted, but they work. They work for fall. They go softer on the eyes than you think, but you can really build them up. They have just a beautiful shift to them, and there's just something special about these mattes. They blend in so easy. I have absolutely no complaint about this palette. It is expensive. Find it on sale or something, but to me this takes over the Cocoa Mirage. I think this is even better, and just for me personally in my style, it's much more user-friendly. Yes, these two colors tend to kind of pull similar on the eye. Obviously one's deeper and one's softer, but you can build these up a little bit more, and then you can really see the difference in the colors. But you're not gonna get like 5 different looks from this palette. You're really gonna get 2 looks, and it's either going to be really dark or like a softer brown. So, you know, this is not very versatile, but if you like these tones, it is absolutely gorgeous. These are powder, but there's a creaminess to them that like gives them almost a shift and a shine to them, even though they're completely matte. Yes, brilliant formula. I'm loving this so much. Not just for fall, but I think the color scheme is perfect for fall, but I used it all summer long. Moving on to a palette that I don't hear people talk about almost at all. And this is from Lawless, the one. And this is the little one, and it has definitely more warms. There's another one that's pinker, but this to me definitely screams fall. Again, these warmer colors, this one right here, absolutely beautiful. And even the shimmers here are very beautiful. I actually don't reach for the shimmers that much. I reach for the bottom one, which one? This one right here, more than the top one, but they're still beautiful quality. You kind of have the same vibe as the Tom Ford one, just a little bit more colors. These are pigmented, very, very pigmented. And you definitely can get different looks overall on your eyes, but they blend in like a dream. The price is right. You have a beautiful matte in there that actually you can even put it to darken up the whole look, and it's not splotchy. It blends in well. This is a beautiful palette, and I think it is perfect for, you know, fall, because you have the warmer tones and just overall a stunning palette. So the next palette is still a smaller one. This is by Makeup by Mario, but you get a ton of colors. And this is a brilliant palette. If you're a beginner and you need lots of different browns, this is absolutely gorgeous. The quality is great. It's not quite as pigmented and as almost creamy as other ones. And those are absolutely stunning, but if you're a beginner, it can be a little harder to work with them. So I think these are absolutely perfect. I think they're actually very easy to work with because they're not super intensely pigmented, and you can really build the color, and you really can't mess up with this palette. Like, you really cannot. And like, you can clean your eyebrows with those colors. You can brighten up the look. You can definitely deepen it up. This bottom row definitely is fall. And overall, I think this is a really good palette just in general to have in your collection, not just for fall, but for fall, I just tend to reach for this more in the fall rather than any other season. So that's why I wanted to put it here, because you get a ton of product, you get beautiful colors, and like, if you have this in your collection, like, you really can create so many looks, because this can be a companion with other palettes that are more colorful. So yes, and you get a beautiful mirror right here. So I think this is absolutely perfect for Makeup Forever. The quality is wonderful, colors, undertones are perfect, and you get a ton of variety of browns in here. So I'm going to move on to bigger palettes, and here we're going to go just a little bit into color, but I want to talk about this one from Patrick Ta. This is the Major Dimension 2, and you know, a lot of people think this is very summery. It is and it isn't. To me, this has a ton of pigment and ton of color. Like this color right here, it's intense. Look at that. I mean, I could see how you could kind of wear this one for summer, but to me, it screams much more fall. Those are some intense colors, and look at that one. Ugh, that all over the lid is absolutely gorgeous. Just, I think this palette from Patrick Ta was kind of talked about it a little bit. I'm in the same boat. I did the same thing, and then we didn't talk about it much. But I think now that fall is coming, I'm gonna pull it back out, put it up here with my like top palettes that I use at the moment, and keep using this, because I think this is absolutely stunning. The mattes are just incredible. Look at those. I mean, absolutely gorgeous, creamy, buttery. And let me not even start talking about these creams, because these are absolutely stunning. Probably some of my favorite like cream matte shadows. I think they are gorgeous. I almost put the other one in here too to show you, but that one's definitely more neutral every day. Like that one you could definitely use in the summer as well. But this one for me, this is this is fall. This is fall. Even though there's some like more pink colors, but even the pinks aren't those bright, vibrant pinks. They're more mellow, more muted. These are the creams. I mean, these are incredible, and they blend in so easy. Stay on your lid. Just such a brilliant palette, and I think it's perfect for fall. I also really like this shimmery color right here. It's super intense and just gorgeous. Look at that. And because, see, this one has a little bit more of that champagne-y, warmer tone. It's not this super bright pink color. So to me, this, even the brighter ones, lighter ones still remind me of fall. So that's why I wanted to talk about this one, even though people say it's pink. I think it's good for fall. Now, next one is the definition of a fall palette, and that is the Natasha Denona Bronze palette. I mean, this literally screams fall. Every single shade in here is fall. I don't get as much use of this palette because I really only pull it out in the fall season, but man, oh man, I use it in the fall. There is so many absolutely stunning shimmery bronzy colors. The mattes are incredible. They do all tend to not look the same on the eye, but you always will get a bronzy look. It's just what it is. I mean, it's in the name of the palette. This one right here, gorgeous color right there. Look at that. I love that color so much. And actually, I'm so glad that she put at least something different here. Like these bottom two are not quite like bronzy. Now, again, I recommend this for fall just because you cannot get a different look. Like you're gonna get a warm tone look off of this one with just some pops of like shimmer. And I like it. I do like it. Again, I don't use it the whole year. But I do use it for fall a lot. And there's some beautiful, stunning shimmers right here, like Palladium. Oh, it is so beautiful. The only negative is that they all have the same undertone. They're all kind of similar with a little shift in them. So, you know, that is a negative about this palette. But to me, it's so practical in the fall if you like those tones. And I know a lot of people that just love these warmer tones, these bronzy shades. I like them. And I don't love like gold shades that are super yellow. And all of these work. Like all these bronzy tones work. They're not that gold yellow. That just doesn't work on my eyes. So yeah, I wanted to mention that. Now, I was going to put this one here, the Natasha Denona Gold, but I think this is still discontinued. Sometimes she brings it back, but to me, this is my favorite Natasha Denona palette that she ever came out with. I think she needs to make this permanent, and to me, I love this palette so much. But I won't tease you guys. I'll put it down. Now, I just had to put this one here as well. This is the Natasha Denona Biba palette. This is, look at this. This is so loved. And it's just been in my collection since it came out. And I love it. I use it so much. And again, I pull it out more in the fall just because I have so many beautiful browns, so many warmer tones. Even this one right here, that's not a brown, but it just works so well. I will say that this formula, the cream to powder formula from Natasha Denona, reminds me a little bit of the Tom Ford cream formula. And even the shift, see? They remind me of each other. It just clicked to me. But you have a lot of beautiful tones in here. I mean, I don't think I need to say much about this palette because to me, this is one of her best palettes that she ever came out with. It's just a staple in everybody's collection. And yes, it is the bigger one. It is so expensive. But if I pan one of these, I will go out and repurchase it because I use it so much. This praline color, it looks like puke, but it works so well on the eyes. Freckle is probably my most favorite and used color in this palette. You also have, I think what's unique in this one is that you have this row right here that is very gray, but it never looks like muddy gray or too intense. Just because they're cream to powder formula, it has that shift to it, and it's just so wearable. Now this is that gray, and see, it goes softer a little bit on the skin. You can definitely build it up, but to me it's just more wearable. Honestly, it's perfect for any year, any occasion, but I thought I would put it in here just because it does have some beautiful fall colors, and I'm again borrowing that brown. It's one of the best gold browns. Like I said, I'm kind of boring with my colors, so I kind of tend to reach for those. So the next one is still a Natasha Denona palette, and it has more color, but still this color story, maybe it's not just pure fall, but for me, I'm gonna use it in the fall. I'm gonna get excited every time I open this palette, and it's new. So maybe that's why I want to use it in the fall. But this is the Natasha Denona Dream palette, and just her entire collection is my favorite collection ever. It's not my favorite palette from her, but to me, she knocked it out of the park with this collection, the lip combos, the cheek palette, just everything. And I love this color story. Again, you have some more color in here compared to other ones. There's some pinks, burgundies. There's still some of those warms in there, but I see myself using this palette a lot this fall, honestly, probably winter as well, just because there's so much variety in this palette. And I think it is just gorgeous. I've done 3 looks with this palette, and I've talked about it quite a bit, so I'm not going to waste more time on it, but gorgeous, so brilliant. This beautiful shift color. It's literally a dupe for the Natasha, one of the Pat McGrath ones. Look at that. It's just gorgeous. I mean, I don't need to say much more about it because I've talked about it quite a bit in my last couple of videos, and also the print, just so pretty. I've already destroyed it, but it's a good palette, and I think it works for fall. I have 2 palettes left, and this is the Nabla Side by Side. I have gotten this, I think, was it last fall or last winter? And I just love this palette. This is good for fall and winter because you have some more of these gray sparkly shades in here, but you also have a lot of warms or a lot of neutrals, and you have this beautiful gold as well. This is the gold that I don't love usually, but somehow with the other colors, I use it. I work with it, and it's beautiful. It's still that kind of yellow gold, but it has more orange in it, so for fall I think it works better, but I like to have it in here. My favorite shade is this one right here. This is the Better Society, and I probably am not doing it justice, but it has this beautiful just kind of shift sparkle to it. It looks absolutely stunning, and again, there's all these good basic browns, neutral colors, and I do think, like, looking at this palette, I think it's good all year round, but it definitely leans a little bit more fall. Like, there's like a little bit of depth to it that could be used more in the fall season. But I think this is, a beautiful color. Even this Magic Moment color, it's beautiful, and I don't gravitate towards these colors, but somehow I do use them in here, and Body and Soul. It's just so good. Look at this. Yeah, I think this, more people should talk about it. The quality is incredible, and it's more affordable. Out of everything, I think this is the most affordable one, and the Lawless one, but you get a ton more product. And I got it at an Ulta sale, 50% off, and I love it. And there's this big old mirror. And last one I want to talk about is a Pat McGrath palette, and there was another one that I kind of wanted to mention. It was her Mothership 10, but to me that's definitely more holiday. Like, to me it screams a little bit more Christmas, just a little bit more sparkle and all that. And I think this is more appropriate for fall. I actually think this is the perfect fall palette. And that is the, wait, which one is this? Mothership 6 Midnight Sun. I couldn't remember the name. I had to look it up. But this is fall. This is fall in a palette. This is probably, just because I have all these colors, my favorite fall palette. Although I use like the Victoria Beckham more in the Tom Ford. When I look at this one, it makes me happy. I just love all the colors. I think it is fall in a palette. I really like every single shade of this one. In the beginning, I didn't love this gold one, but I love it with this green color combined, those two. It's just stunning. You have this fiery color right here. Like, look at that orangey color. Just stunning. I even think this color right here, this purple, is still wearable for fall. Even though it's like a purple, it's a muted purple, and the undertones just make it feel more fall-y. I really do want to do like 5 looks 1 palette with this one because I think it's so underrated, and it's just brilliant. It's a brilliant palette. There's not one repeat shade. You know, all of these are very unique shades, even like the matte ones. Yes, I think she did an amazing job. I also really like this color right here. It's that one right there. All over the lid. Stunning. And my favorite topper out of just all the toppers that I own is in this one, and it's that one right there. It's not too yellow, it's not too pink, it's just kind of a white topper, and it's super sparkly, just absolutely gorgeous. That one is also in Divine Rose 1, I think. But yes, I mean, I think this is just full on fall palette. Gorgeous, and I'm putting it right here. So all these palettes I pulled out to keep them on my desk so I can use them just more often. And so that's kind of how I decided what to share with you guys today. I know I have other palettes that maybe are more colorful and maybe more fall appropriate, but I don't want to use those. I want to use these, the ones that I pulled out. To me, they put me in the mood for fall. They make me excited to do my makeup and my eye look. I was gonna do a little bit more of an intense eye look today, but I gotta go and I'm out and about all day, so I didn't have time to do it. But I really do think that I'm gonna play a little bit more with eyeshadows, do more deeper looks, darker looks, more warm tone looks. And I'm very excited for fall. So I would love to hear your thoughts down below. I would love recommendations. I am looking to maybe purchase a little bit more color for this fall season. Even though I'm boring, just a little bit. Like, I don't need a lot. I just need a sprinkle of color. So if you guys have any suggestions, leave them down below. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.